All right, what's happening, guys? So we're going to do a real quick, short and sweet video on how to replace your tie rod ends. And let me show you what those look like. So that looks like it's off. I guess this is this is what a tie rod end looks like. So I'm going to show you guys how to replace this, and as long as your alignment's good, whenever you do this, you won't have to worry about messing with it. You don't want to have to worry about getting an alignment or anything, because you're not going to move. You're not going to move this called a lock nut. This nut that butts up against your tie rod end right here. You're not going to move this at all. And if you do need to move it, then you can mark it. So, but you should not move it. But all you need to do is obviously jack up your vehicle and get the tire off. And then you take this nut off that's on the top of your tie rod end. Mine's a 13/16. This is 2005 Dodge Dakota, 3.7 liter V6, 4-wheel drive, all that stuff. And you just loosen this off. Once you get this off, you're going to take a hammer. You're going to knock this out of the steering knuckle. And then you should be able to turn your tie rod end off. Reasons you would want to do this is your tie rod end is bad. Maybe there's excessive play in your tie rod end. The shop that I just did my alignment with, because I replaced my steering rack, the shop said that my tie rod ends have excessive play in them or something like that. So I was like, I tried to move my rod ends around, so like you pull them side to side, back and forth, see if they'll move. Mine feel tight, but I don't know. I guess they could be no good. They've been on there for a while, so I'm just gonna replace them. All right, so that nut's off, and then take hammer on the top, hammer it out. Some will be harder than others. Mine was easy. You're gonna need 2 hands. Get that out. And now, let me see if I can. You might need a wrench. I think that's a 22. I think it is. Yeah. No? Is it a 22? I don't know. Hold. Hope you guys can still see. Hold there. Oh, fuck. Son of a bitch. Maybe I do need to bring that lock nut back a turn. I thought this thing would be more cooperative to turn out. I don't want to fuck up my inner tire rod. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back up in the steering knuckle if I can get it to go. Okay. Put this down. Enough so that it doesn't move. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully loosen. Let's see if I can find my shit. What was that size? That was a 22, and then I was using what did I use last time? It's around that's a 24. And you got to turn this to the right. So I'm going to hold that with that one and turn to the right with that one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's loose enough for me to get the rod end out now. And all I did was just knocked it. I just got it loose, and good thing to do. I got it loose, and then I turned it back where it's kind of snug. So you know you're in the same spot. You don't have to worry about messing your alignment up. Because if you're like me and you just paid $75 for an alignment, you're not going to want to go back. I'm going to have to explain that. Well, why do you need an alignment again? Well, I was replacing my tie rod ends, and god damn. What the fuck? That's just being a motherfucker. There we go. Alright. Now all you do is you should be able to just spin this off. Spin it off, spin it off. Hopefully you guys can see me. Sometimes it feels like this camera is looking so far down that you're not going to be able to see anything. Alright. Trash anyways. It said there's excessive play in it, but whatever. Fine. So this just goes, you just take the new part and you just screw it back on. Same way the old one came off. As long as these are the same. Take this off. Yeah, they're the same. It's worth checking. Just want to make sure. Remember not to move that lock nut at all. Don't even touch it. Just screw this thing on. So we'll go all the way until it gets tight, and then you know just to turn it back a little bit because that lock nut's going to tighten up around that, back to where it was. So put that in, bring that up, and figure out this little mechanism because it's not the same as my other one. What the fuck is on the bottom of this shit? They have a castle. It's like you can put a castle nut with a fucking pin in this. It's like options here. It's got just a traditional, and it's also got a castle nut thing with it too. So this is basically looks like what I used to have. I wonder if it's a 13/16. Oh, it's not a 13/16. I wonder if we could just put the original back on here. Yeah, I could if I wanted to. I'm intrigued though. I like this castle nut idea. Because then you could put this little pin in somewhere. Yeah, like that. And then bend it back. That's cool. That's going to be a nightmare for the next person that would mess around with that. But But the castle nut is 13/16. So are there no instructions with this? The one time I'd like to read the fucking instruction manual. Got 2 of them because I'm going to do the other side, but I'm only going to show you guys, or I'm only going to torture you guys with the video of this side. So I guess you just tighten it up and get it snug and put that castle or that pin in and bend it back. And then that'll keep it from spinning off. That's cool. I can't see where the I got a flashlight up here on my phone. So the hole is there, which means this is a experimental thing for me because I don't usually mess around with these pins, these castle nut things. Okay. Okay. Another good turn. Okay. Okay, there we go. Good and tight. And then it's kind of like the things that keep the keep your trailer hub or whatever the hell is on. It's funny. God bless whoever to take this thing off again. I'm gonna be. Which could be. I'm replacing the lower ball joint soon. In the next little bit, then I may be hating myself sooner than anticipated. Okay. All right, so I ain't going anywhere. Now, all you gotta do is just hold. Oh, shit, is that a 20? What the fuck size is that? Well, I guess it's in single position, so. He's 40. I think it's updated. He's 40. He's a young boy. I think he just gave him the most that he'll ever get on the radio. Well, at least you really called me to thank me. You should. I played it twice. The part where the Dolly sings for 95. Okay. It sounds like something that a JV cheerleader squad would dance to. Yeah, there we go. What size is that? It's bigger than a 24. Good day. 24. 32, 27. There we go. I guess it's 1 1/8 fits pretty decently. Okay. So I'll need for the other side. But anyways, so I opted in for the, let me get my flashlight out. You guys don't have to do this because the kit includes a different variety of stuff. But as you can see, I opted in for the castle nut and pin because I feel like that is going to be pretty secure. But I have to replace my lower. I'm probably going to do my lower ball joints next month. So that's going to be great. And I'll have to undo this after a month, so that's also going to be great. But I should be able to straighten it back out, pull it out, and put it back in, hopefully without it popping or anything. But I'm going to keep some of my extra hardware. You could have elected for, because I could have put the old one back on the top. This is the original part that the truck came with that goes on the top of here. You could have elected to just put that back on, or you could also use the extra nut that came in the kit that's also not a lock nut, castle nut, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But yeah, that's the job. So that's the tie rod end. The tie rod end has been replaced. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, please like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. More Dodge videos to come, because like I said, I got to replace. They also said there was some play in the lower ball joints too, so I guess I got to do those. So I'll have to get a kit and some new ball joints and dedicate a few days to that. Hopefully that all goes well. So at that point, after that, I will have replaced the rack and pinion and the tie rod ends and the lower ball joints. So quite a bit of stuff replaced. But it was all, it's all supposedly gone bad. So, supposedly. Well, the rack and pinion was definitely bad because it was leaking it was leaking. It had been leaking for a while. Not a bad leak, but it was like, this needs to be replaced leak. And then when I went to get my alignment done, they're like, oh, your tie rod ends and your lower ball joints have excessive play in them. And they wrote on there, they were like, well, don't know how long the alignment will hold because of that, and that you should probably get that stuff replaced. So I was like, okay, whatever. So that's where we're at. So now we're getting the tie rod ends done, and the next step next month is going to be to get the lower ball joints replaced. So a little bit at a time. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.